Hello everyone, welcome to Students Point. This is 27th of June and today we have to see 9 selected questions. Each question today is very important, so be attentive and be focused till the end. And if you wish to get PDF of all these videos, you can join me on Telegram by writing the channel's name like this. Thereon you will receive all the PDFs. You will recognize the channel with this logo there. And if you are finding my videos useful, don't forget to like the video and share the video with your friends and loved ones. Also don't forget to subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon so that you never miss any opportunity to learn and grow every day with all the latest notification of all the important videos. So let's begin. And first you have to answer one question in the comment section. The question is, which country has witnessed world's largest internet shutdown? These are the options. Read the options carefully, then answer it in the comment section. Let's begin now. The first question. World's first yoga university outside India has been launched in? So it has been launched in Los Angeles, United States. So here D is the right answer. And the Vivekanand Yoga University was jointly launched by Indian Minister of State for External Affairs and Chairperson of the Standing Committee on External Affairs during a virtual event held at Consulate General of India in New York. And Dr. H.R. Nagendra, who is an eminent Indian yoga guru, became the first chairman of this university. He is also Chancellor of Swami Vivekanand Yoga Anusandhan Sansthan. And Vayu will offer online graduate programs based on scientific principles and modern research approaches to yoga. Next question now. Tanzanite, a gemstone, is found only in Tanzanite, which is a gemstone found only in Tanzania in Africa. So here C is the right answer. And this is how this Tanzanite looks like. And Tanzanite is a blue and violet variety of mineral joycite, a calcium aluminum hydroxyl sorosilicate caused by a small amounts of vanadium. And Tanzanite belongs to Epidot mineral group. And it is only found in Tanzania, that too in a very small region called as Mererani Hills. So it is found only in Mererani Hills of Tanzania. And Tanzanite is noted for its remarkably a strong trichroism. That is, it shows colors in 3 different directions, appearing alternately blue, violet, burgundy, depending on crystal orientation. And it was news because a small-scale miner in Tanzania has become an overnight millionaire after unearthing 2 of the biggest rough Tanzanite gemstones ever found. And Tanzania's government bought these 2 book-sized stones weighing 20 pounds, that is 9 kg, and 11 pounds, that is 5 kg from miner Saninu Laser for $3.4 million. The next question now. International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking 2020 is being observed on. So this day is being observed on 26th of June. So here B is the right answer. And the theme for this year is Better Knowledge for Better Care. And the date of June 26 was elected to commemorate Lin Jiaxu's dismantling of opium trade in Humen, Guangdong, ending in June 25, 1839, just before the first opium war in China. And UN Office on Drugs and Crime is the nodal agency for observing this day. And on this very day, UN Office on Drug and Crime has also released the World Drug Report 2020. So let's see about this World Drug Report 2020. So consider the following statements about this report. Cannabis was the most used substance worldwide in 2018, with an estimated 192 million people using it worldwide. So there were different findings under this report. Out of this, it reported that cannabis was the most used substance worldwide in the year of 2018 and around 192 million people are using it. So this statement is correct. And adolescents and young adults account for the largest share of those using these drugs. This statement is also correct. So most of the users are adolescents and young adults. So since here both of the statements are correct, so C is the right answer. And cannabis also remains the main drug that brings people into contact with criminal justice system, accounting for more than half of the drug law offenses cases. And there is also a drug called as opioids, remains the most harmful over the past decade. The total number of deaths due to opioid use disorders went up to 71%. And COVID-19 impact, it has also reported on COVID-19 impact on the drug users. COVID-19 has caused shortage of drugs on the street, leading to increased prices and reduced purity. Rising unemployment caused by this pandemic will make poor more vulnerable to drug use and also to drug trafficking and cultivation in order to earn money. The next question, again very important. Finance Commission is constituted under which article of the Constitution? So it is constituted under Article 280 of the Indian Constitution. So here C is the right answer. It is a constitutional body that determines the method and formula for distributing tax proceeds between the center and the state government and among the states as well. So it decides both the vertical devolution of taxes as well as the horizontal devolution of taxes. And it is constituted by President of India at every 5 years or earlier whenever he thinks that time is necessitated for the creation of a finance commission. And the 15th Finance Commission was constituted by President of India on 27th of November 2017. The 15th Finance Commission is headed by N.K. Singh, and it will provide presentation of final report covering the financial years from 2021-2022 till 2025 till 2026 by 30th of October 2020. So it has got enough time to present its report for these financial years. And it was in news because recently in a meeting with 15th Finance Commission, the Panchayati Raj Ministry has pitched for 5-fold increase in funding for rural local bodies. Panchayati Raj system got the constitutional status in the Indian Constitution by 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, and by this Amendment Act a schedule was added in the Indian Constitution which was called as 11th schedule. And this 11th schedule of the Constitution, all the functions and powers of Panchayati Raj system is mentioned. And 53 students has already enrolled into the monthly current affairs test series. This test series will include 7 separate tests, each one for polity, economy, international news, science and technology, environment, history and culture related news, and other topics which will be covered in miscellaneous. Those who are not aware of it, once again I am telling that it will cost 79 rupees for a month, 219 rupees only for 3 months, and 439 rupees for 6 months. If you compare these two plans with the first month, it will cost a bit lesser than the first month. If you wish to get enrolled into yourself each month, then you can enroll for the first month or for 1 month subscription. And the test series will be provided after the 10th of next month for this month. For instance, suppose if you are going to organize test series for the month of June, then the test series for the month of June will be uploaded from 10th of July, so that within these 10 days I can complete all the topic in a comprehensive manner, do research on each and every topic so that all the related informations as well are covered in those test series. But one suggestion I wanted from those who has already subscribed to this test series, that there are 2 ways of making test series. The first one is, first take the questions and then answers as well as explanations, and then scrutinize the ways and the areas where we can find difficulty and we can commit mistakes. While the second one is a pattern in which we will see all the questions at first instance and thereafter we will match all the answers and then explanations. So there are 2 ways. However, in this you may find difficulty to match all the answers and explanation by shifting from one page to another. It may take you some time. While for me, the first one is more preferable, because the first one allows you to have a comparison quickly after taking the question, so that you may realize the area where you can commit mistakes. So after taking one question, we will see the explanation of that question and the areas we can commit mistakes, and so that we can work upon those areas. So according to me, the first one is more preferable, but still I want suggestions from you that which one is more preferable to you, so that I can make tests according to that only. So tell in the comment section that which one is more preferable to you, the first option or the second option. Whether you want questions and then answers and explanations, or questions in the first instance and then the explanations of all the questions of one test. Let me know in the comment section today. Let's move ahead. The next question. Consider the following statements about navigating the new normal. It is a behavioral change campaign launched by Niti Aayog in partnership with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Center for Social and Behavioral Change, Ashoka University, and the Ministries for Health and Women Child Development. So here this statement is correct. This navigating the new normal is a behavioral change campaign launched by Niti Aayog in partnership with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Center for Social and Behavioral Change, Ashoka University and Ministry of Health and Ministry of Women and Child Development. The next statement, the campaign focuses on COVID safe behaviors, especially wearing masks during the unlock phase of ongoing pandemic. This statement is also correct. So again, both of these statements are correct. C is the right answer. The campaign has two parts. The first one is COVID safe behavioral norms. This is a first web portal containing resources informed by behavioral science and the use of nudge and social norms theory related to COVID safe behavioral norms during the ongoing unlock phase. The next one is wearing of masks. So it is a media campaign focused on wearing of masks. And recently a similar step was also announced by Meghalaya, which has issued a new health protocol which also lays emphasis on behavioral change model for living with COVID-19. So it will emphasize on change in practices to be adopted by people so that they may cope with this ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. What is behavioral science? See, it is based on nudge theory, which believes that humans are not so rational and often need encouragement or intervention or a nudge to get going and to do what's best for the country, society at large, or for themselves. Related to this, we have a fact important for prelims. American economist Richard Thaler has won Nobel Prize in 2017 in economics for his contributions to behavioral economics. So remember the name Richard Thaler, who got Nobel Prize in the year of 2017. The next question now. Consider the following statements about nanozymes. Nanozymes are nanomaterials that can disintegrate the cell membranes of a range of diseases causing bacteria. This statement is correct. So this nanozymes is capable of killing bacteria which causes disease, and it will disintegrate the cell membrane of those bacteria, and this can replace the antibiotics that have become ineffective as several bacteria have developed resistance to them by producing their own enzymes. You must have heard the news that there is a huge concern of antibacterial resistance as people take medicines without subscription, and even antibacterial resistance is getting into human body because of milk products and animal products, because the animals are given a strong antibiotics. And what will happen when our body will become, or bacteria inside our body will develop antibacterial resistance? This will be a problematic situation when we will suffer from any disease, because bacteria inside our body have already developed antibacterial resistance. So to cope with that, nanozymes can be effective, as it can replace those antibiotics that have become ineffective because of several bacteria have developed resistance to those antibiotics. So since again both of the statements are correct, C is the right answer. And a research team has recently at Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore has developed nanozymes that destroy the cell membrane of bacteria by directly targeting their phospholipid which make their cell membrane. So it will destroy the cell membrane, so automatically the bacteria will become ineffective. The next question now. SPARK is an initiative of which union ministry? So SPARK is an initiative of Ministry of Human Resource and Development. So here B is the right answer. It stands for Scheme for Promotion of Academic and Research Collaboration. It aims at improving the research ecosystem of India's higher educational institutions by facilitating academic and research collaborations between Indian institutions and the best institutions in the world from 28 selected nations. And recently it was in news because researchers from Indian Institute of Technology IIT Madras are collaborating with their counterparts in Germany to develop new materials for green energy solutions under this SPARK. And if you have not liked the video yet, do like the video and share the video with your friends and loved ones. Next and last question now. Kala Jar, also called as Leishmaniasis, is caused by, so Kala Jar or Leishmaniasis is caused by parasites. So here C is the right answer. So what are difference between virus, bacteria and parasites? See, virus and bacteria can exist on their own, but parasites get activated only when they are entered into host bodies, or they can survive only when they get a host body or host living body. So this disease is caused by parasite called as Leishmania, which is transmitted through the bite of sandflies, and it is a neglected tropical disease affecting almost 100 countries including India. These neglected tropical diseases are communicable disease. So remember that this Kala Jar disease is a communicable disease, and there are three types of it. The first one is visceral leishmaniasis. It affects multiple organs in human body and it is the most serious form of this disease. The next one is mucocutaneous leishmaniasis. It causes skin and mucosal lesions. While the third one is cutaneous leishmaniasis. It causes skin sores and it is the most common form. So remember that cutaneous leishmaniasis is the most common form of this Kala-Azar disease, while visceral leishmaniasis is the most serious form of this disease. It was in news because recently a team of researchers from National Center for Cell Science based in Pune have found new biomolecules to fight drug resistance in Kala-Azar. So I hope you find the video useful. Don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe and press the bell icon. Wait for the upcoming video. Until then, stay at your home, stay safe. Thanks a lot.